Good morning and welcome to day 11 of the third annual WSOP Daily Spaces coverage and the longest running poker space. I'm Sherry Pluskota, aka Peaches, and I will be your host today. And welcome one of my co hosts, Rick O'Connor. How are you today?
Good morning from beautiful Florida.
Thank you. And it's O'Connell, and I said O'Connor. Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah. You're using the English version. I'm the Irish version.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. I'm glad you're here with me this morning, and I'm sure some of the other co hosts will be showing up shortly. You know, that real life thing gets in the way sometimes of our spaces, and it is okay. Many thanks to Elevator Results, my sponsor. If you need a tailor made workout plan to help you lose weight or gain weight, Elevator Results can design that plan. Follow them on Twitter and check out their site at elevatorresultspt.com. You can find the recordings of my past spaces on my YouTube channel at Sherry Pluskota 9212. Please subscribe. The fifth official Spaces meetup game is June 21st at the Bellagio Poker Room at 1 p.m. It is a cash game. And many thanks to Sean McCormick and the Bellagio for hosting us and Sean providing pizza for us. And according to Sean, he's going to provide PPE unlimited pizza if he shows up. So we need to get the word to PPE. If you have PPE's phone number, please tweet him that clip I made yesterday of Sean McCormick offering him unlimited pizza at the meetup game. Be reminded we will have Splash the Pot items to give away that day, which seemed to be the crowd favorite. And quite honestly, as a host, it's fun for me to give that stuff away and see the excitement in the air with the prizes we give out. We really get some great donations. And if you'd like to donate something, just reach out to me and let me know. Appreciate it. Rick, what are you doing today?
Listening to you.
Awesome. That is a good thing to be doing. I like it. I like it. Uh, Don't forget that the Poker Org Legends Lounge opens again June 24th through July the 11th. You can stop in there, and the only thing you need to do is make sure you're a member, so to speak, signed up for their website, and you get into the lounge with no problem. And they have free drinks and snacks in the lounge. There's lots of ways to relax and just have some quiet time there. So that is the Poker Org Legends Lounge. I'm going to try to bring software up here um, because he's probably playing today, so he'll probably need to get out the door. But maybe he can give us a little update. How you doing, software?
I'm good. I'm on my way to the airport, so you might lose me. I mean, in a little bit,
Okay.
but I'm
Well,
here.
I said software was on the run, and I meant running deep in the Colossus.
On the run, literally.
And now he's running to the airport here shortly. So tell us about the Colossus yesterday.
Yeah, really swingy day. Wait, I sat down and I always forget they give you more chips in the Colossus. You get 50K to start. I mean,
Right.
guys, get there and play. So anyway, I donked off one buy-in within the first hour, which which I said I'm not going to do. I'm not going to. I didn't rebuy at all last year,
Right.
and then I was like, it is way too early, so I'll take a mulligan on that one. Immediately went back down to like 12K, and ran that back up to like 40 or so, and then back down again, and I was down to like 8,000
Wow.
at 8 and 4. I don't know. Anyway, I had a hand where I had aces, and we went to the river, and my read on the flop was that he had a flush draw. Flush draw came in on the turn, and
Oh,
he played it exactly like like you would, and he just
right.
like jams the river effectively. And so now I was down. I was really down. I was down to like 12 bigs or something, and then drifted down to 8 bigs, and I'm taking the big blind. And so I kind of got to go with this hand. I pick up fives against the guy who's never folding pre, and he min raises, so I call. And obviously I'm jamming anything. An ace comes on the flop, I jam. He folds because he figures I have to have an ace there.
Right.
So sometimes the stop and go does work, but you just got to be committed to it. So that bugged me all day, having to fold those aces, and we're about off the money, and I'm whatever, like we're, we're just going along, and I pick up aces again, and flop was like 5, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 5, 6, 7. So the guy bets 100K, right? So I'm like not feeling great, but
Yeah.
I'm like, why would he do that with a straight? It really felt like a pair with a
Ma-
open
Uh,
ended.
right. With a draw.
So I just called 100,000 because him and I both have a ton of chips, just to see what he does on the turn. He jams the turn, and I'm just like, I'm not folding aces twice in one day. Like, I don't care. Like, why would you jam
Bullet
here?
number 3 coming. Go ahead.
So yeah, no bullet. It was way too late, like.
Got it.
Anyway, yeah, so I called, and he had pocket eights, so he had open ended, but he bricked the river, and that was it. The other big hand was guy
Nice.
raises under the gun. I call with 2, 3 of spades, flop ace 4, 5,
Oh,
and
Yahtzee.
they're like, don't check. Like, there's an ace there. Everybody sees it. Like, just make a big bet. Like,
Right.
like you don't have it. And so the guy behind me jammed and collected that pot.
Nice.
Um,
Paid off for the
what's
for the
you know
flat wheel.
Sherry, does the ace never fall on the turn there? Like, it always falls, right? So you're sitting there
Sweat
like
it.
got the guy crushed, and then you're like, do not pair this board.
Right. And please don't have an ace 4 in your hand.
Yeah. So
Good for you.
crazy.
So you finished the day. What's your stack?
I'm 970,000. I don't know where
Nice.
that puts me exactly. At the time, before the updates, it was like fifth or so, but I think, top 20 for sure.
Nice.
Somewhere in
Very
there.
good.
Well, maybe,
Very
maybe,
good.
maybe, maybe multiple days it'll be farther back than that, but
Right. But still
yeah,
at the top of the heap. I mean, it sure isn't a bad thing to be going in with just under 1 million in chips today, too.
yeah, anytime you get up near 1 million, it's like this threshold to get past. So
Right. And so you're going back to Cali, back home, and then when you coming back to Vegas?
I'm gonna come back tomorrow night because I don't want to
Okay.
come back on Sunday morning before we play and all that.
Right.
Like, then it's like whatever. But I bought this condo with the idea that I was going to block it off, and then coming into the World Series, I was looking at the rates, and the Friday and Saturday nights were like through the roof. So I
Hard to hard to
yeah,
not rent it out, right?
yeah. So last week I stayed at the Hilton, and I don't know where we're gonna stay this week, but the lady calls me on Saturday last weekend. She's like, "Can I keep it Sunday night?" And I'm like, "Yeah, for the Saturday night price, you absolutely can."
All right. All right.
So
Okay. Now, without saying the name of the place, can you do Japanese on the 22nd? Because I'm going to make a reservation.
the 22nd,
Yes.
yeah,
It's a Sunday.
I need to look at the schedule, but most likely, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm planning to be there, so should be
Okay,
good.
perfect. I'm gonna any family members, like, do I need to make it plus one or two or anything?
I think I'm by myself for then.
That one? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. because it'll be probably Isaac and Reaper and whoever else is in the Green Visor gang that'll be there, and maybe Brandon will be there hopefully, and ASG's coming after that because he won a main event seat, so he'll be in town after that
Let's
date.
go,
And
ASG.
I know, right?
Get
How
this thing
exciting is
done
that?
this year.
I know. I'm
I'll be
excited
there on
about
the rail with a solver for you.
it. ASG, are you there, buddy? He might not be able to talk because he gets on with us and he's at work, so it's kind of
Yeah.
intermittent. There he is.
Cleaning out. Our office is going through renovations, so we gotta clean out all our desks so we can start
Oh,
hoteling.
that sounds horrible.
Kinda.
Oh, so everybody's gonna every day you might have a different desk. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, but you reserve them. They have like an app where you can go to the office map and reserve the desk you're gonna want.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of cool, isn't it? ASG, do you know the dates that you're going to be in Vegas?
Let's say 4 to 11.
Okay. All right. I probably end up missing you because I'm looking to fly out. I
Wait,
haven't made my reservations yet, but I'm looking to fly out around this 3rd or 4th.
doesn't the main event end on the 15th? ASG, you got to be planning for the whole duration.
It's the 16th, but yes, you do.
Yeah, we're getting to the end, buddy.
Well, I figure if I make day whatever that I need to extend my flight at hotel at that point, I'll know I got the money to do so.
Point well made. Point well made for sure. What are you going to play on the weekend software?
Which weekend? This
This
weekend?
coming weekend. You got the
Yeah,
Colossus, and then are you going home after that? Or are you going to play after that?
I think there's something Monday or something Tuesday, but hopefully I'll be final table at the Colossus Monday and Tuesday or something like that. How many days is
That's a good question. I don't have that in front
it?
of me.
I'm sure it's at least 3. It's probably 4 though.
Let's see, the 9th. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on the 9th. There's an 8 max, a high roller, and
Yeah, that 8 max is a good tournament.
yeah. So there's all kind of stuff
Yeah. Yeah. 8
on
max.
Monday.
8 max is it's less than 1K, right?
Oh, let me hold on.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I just flipped back. 800.
800, yeah. So I'm trying to keep everything under 1,000 this year. We'll see. I
Well,
mean,
there you go. 800.
and as always, it depends on how I'm feeling, but also it depends on the pocketbook too, right? So,
Well, yeah, but Monday you're going to be in the Colossus still. So
oh, we got to go. Where are we? Yeah, I don't need to be here. We need to go. Oh, okay, we're good. Sorry about that, my friends.
are you in an Uber? Oh, you got a friend driving.
Yeah,
Excuse me. I
I don't know
love it.
why. This is my pet peeve. You're an Uber driver, right? So who goes to the who goes to the airport and needs to go to the counter anymore? Nobody.
Yeah, nobody.
So don't take the person to the counter that's way down the way. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, a way to get around that is just to put the airline that's at the end there where you go by the escalator, whatever the last airline is at that door. I think it's
Yeah,
Southwest.
that's what I usually do, right?
Just tell them Southwest, even though if you're flying it or not, because that's right by that escalator.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay. So let me know of a date we're going to come to your place for Mexican night,
For
sir.
tacos, yeah.
So come
Yeah,
up
I
with a
plan to
date.
be there a lot during that time, so we'll see.
Okay. All right. And we're going to count on you for the meetup game, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to put you on the list as I check instead of a question mark now, because I always like to verify with people, not assume.
Yeah. You know what happens when you assume, Sherry?
Yes, I do. And it happens all the time to me. I make an ass out of myself. No doubt about it. I'm glad you stopped in to talk with us this morning, Brian, and let us know what's going on. You're doing well in the Colossus. Awesome.
Yeah, I saw your post. It's you.
Oh, you're
Anyway,
cutting out, my friend. You're cutting
sorry
out.
about that. Hear me?
That's okay. Yep.
Okay,
Go
we're
ahead.
back. Yeah, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. And
Well,
we're
you're always
starting
welcome.
to feel like
Oh, you are definitely cutting out. We're hearing every other syllable. We cannot hear you, buddy.
He's on that Sean McCormick phone plan.
We cannot hear you, software. Sorry. Have a safe trip home if you can hear me, buddy. No worries. We'll catch up. He must have walked into the airport, switching out of the zones, as they say. How you doing, Brandon?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. Appreciate it.
I
All
don't think
right.
I'm going to make the meetup game. I'm going to be there next week for a couple days.
Oh, I remember you saying that, but thank you for the update. Let me put that on my list so I just remember. Um, Let me find your name on the list.
I mean, I might be able to make it back that weekend. I don't know.
That's okay, honey. No worries.
I'd like to make it. I haven't made one yet.
I know. When we'll love to have you when you can. Um, why next week? Are you gonna go play something? You meeting somebody? What are you doing next week?
So instead of the cruise, like I told you, I'm not doing a cruise anymore. So we're just going to do a road trip through California and Vegas and go see a buddy of mine in Phoenix. So I'll probably be in Vegas for, I'd say I'd get there probably Wednesday night and probably stay through the weekend. So probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Nice. Well, that'll be a nice road trip. Good for you guys.
And then I'm gonna try to go down and fire at the that South Point 10 p.m.
Yes. Heck yeah.
I feel like that's a Space's favorite. Everybody loves that tournament.
Hell yeah. Let everybody know they'll meet you there. It's always a fun one for sure.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to do that, and then I was maybe gonna look at something else, but I think like we were talking about the other day, like I don't know if Golden Nugget has come down on their rake, but I remember last year we were talking about the fact that their rake is like 35% or something. So
Did you listen to that space from the other day?
I did not. No, I did not go back and listen to it.
Okay, so because I don't want to just call out the nugget every day, I just don't think it's fair. Um,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
let me pull up some of what I read the other day, and maybe we could put this topic to bed,
Oh no, I
unless
keep
you
bringing
have
it up. I'm sorry, my
a
bad.
specific. I just don't, you know, no rake is ever a good rake, right? And so, um, I think we have to talk about everybody or nobody. We all know that the Nugget is known for their high rakes. I mean, it's no surprise, it's no secret. Um, but I also think that, hold on, my book is,
You're
um,
totally right, though. It's unfair to just single them out.
in fairness, I think that, we should give out the rakes so people can judge them for what they are, and talk about more than just one place's rate because they all charge a rate. And if I could find the sheet that I read from the other day, um, let's see, what day was it? Might help if I remember. But in that space the other day, I read a long list of casinos and buy-in amounts and what their rakes were for those buy-in amounts, so that everybody can get an idea of what the rakes look like. Because buyers should be aware of the rakes, so they can make informed decisions about where they are going to play at. And of course, because I'm trying to find this quickly, I'm not finding it.
No, I don't want to hold up your space here. I will. I promise. After
That's
after
okay.
this, I will go back and listen to that that space because I want to figure out what I want to play.
Well, now it's just frustrating me. I can't find it, right? Okay, so now I'm going to pull it up on my computer. If you have anything else you want to talk about while I do this, go for it, people.
I'm a poor, so I'm looking for stuff that's around 100, 200 max, basically.
Does the Fort Queen still have their poker room going?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, that used to be a great spot to play, but I guess not anymore. That's my old days, guys.
Oh, I love that. Okay, just some examples. Pot Limit Omaha Deep Stack at the WSOP is a $600 buy-in. It was a 16% rake. MGM Grand is a Super Stack No Limit, a $500 buy-in, 15% rake. And these were tournaments from the other day, so don't anybody think these are today's tournaments. Please, I don't want to confuse anybody. South Point No Limit, $120 buy-in, No Limit tournament, $120 buy-in, a 19.2% rake. The Aria had an $800 no limit tournament, 12.5% rake. The Golden Nugget had a no limits grand stack tournament, $300 buy-in, 18.7% rake. Horseshoe, let me just skip down to the Win. Seniors event was $1,600 buy-in, 10.6% rake. The Orleans had a monster stack seniors event, $400 buy-in, 15% rake. The Venetian had a $600 monster, 15% rake. The Nugget had a Omaha high low 8 or better, $400 buy-in, 15.8%. Let me just scroll down. Over at the WSOP, this is one of the higher rakes I see just on this list. And of course, there's thousands of more. You could find it on Kim Unger's spreadsheet. She puts all the rakes of all the tournaments. The WSOP Daily Deep Stack, a $250 buy-in, had a 20% rake. Scrolling down, looking for higher ones, the Golden Nugget had $120 buy-in, 25.8% rake. Nuggets Nightly Omaha, $250 buy-in, 21.2% rake. Their $150 nightly is a 30% rake. The Win Turbo $1,100 buy-in was an 11.4% rake. Over at South Point, $180 buy-in and 19.4% rake. Over at the MGM Grand, $150 buy-in, a 23.3% rake. Over at the Orleans, $125 Survivor, a 20% rake. So that gives you a little idea of what some of the rakes are around town. Again, check the Kim Unger spreadsheet because she does list all the tournaments, buy-ins, all their details, guarantees, as well as their rakes.
Thank you,
Sherry.
Sherry. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Go ahead, Brian. Brian. Brian, you are in the matrix.
Denied.
Sorry. Okay, now we can hear you clearly. What'd you say right now? I don't know where you're standing right now, but we can hear you.
Don't move anywhere.
Yeah.
I was gonna say sometimes you got to pay that high rake because that pays for the bus for them to bus in all the people that have no clue how to play poker. So that in mind.
Where do I pick up this bus? Because I'm going to be on it.
I just want to remind everyone, I put out a notice yesterday. I got a message from Kenny Lampert Jr. yesterday that he wants to reschedule, and hopefully he said for next week. And he's on vacation right now with his family in California, so he's like, I really just want to spend time with my kids. And I was like, no problem. So I told him when he gets home next week to let me know for sure if he can come on next Friday, and we'll do it. If not, we'll schedule it for another day. So Kenny Lambert is going to be rescheduled. For those that were excited about him coming on this evening, I'm sorry. But, shit happens in real life. That's, more important, of course. So just want to keep everybody updated on that.
Hey, Brian, I've been on that bus a few times.
I walked
I
up to
love it.
Jack F. I gotta know, where did you pick up these people? Did you guys like have stands up all these people? And it was the
You're
cost, you know.
Yeah.
you're cutting out, Brian. I don't know if you're on a headset or what. It could be the problem too.
It's just the
Yeah.
airport.
When we opened Harris First Native American Casino in Maricopa, Arizona, outside of Phoenix, it was, I mean, they're 30 miles outside of Phoenix, so it was a lot of bus traffic. Let me tell you, in those days, and we had a great poker room, and we get a lot of those old fart bricks that would sit there all day, smoking away and playing 7-card stud high low split and stuff like that. But I remember those bus days, and it was great fun to have some of those characters come into the room and play.
Absolutely. Hey, Rick, you want to give us an update on some of the schedules around town?
Yeah, let me fire it up here. First one will be our South Point. A few of your favorite poker rooms, I know.
Heck yeah.
And they have their daily schedule again on Friday. Today it's a 110 daily no limit $120 buy-in, $10,000 guarantee. 210 is their no limit hold'em turbo bounty, $120, $5,000 guarantee. 610, their black chip bounty is tonight, $300 buy-in, $20,000 guarantee on that puppy. And 1010 tonight, the no limit hold'em turbo bounty tournament, 120 buy-in, $3,000 guarantee. And again, on the 120s, you get 20,000 starting chips. And on the 240, it's 30,000 starting chips. So that's your wonderful South Point. And today I'm sorry, little Miss Mindy wants to get petted right now. So she's over here bugging me. But anyway, we have the win today, Friday. You have a noon tournament, no limit hold'em. It's your last rebuy is 4:30. It's a $1,100 buy-in, unlimited rebuys, $250,000 guarantee. Not bad. At 1 o'clock, it's day 2 of the ladies' event. So that's today as well. At 1 o'clock, also you have the Big O with your last rebuy at 5:30. It's $1,100 buy-in, unlimited rebuys, and $50,000 guarantee. And tonight at 6 o'clock, with your last rebuy at 9 o'clock, 5-card PLO Turbo. That should be interesting. $1,100 buy-in, unlimited rebuys, $100,000 guarantee. That's all at the beautiful Win Poker Room. Venetian today, it looks like the only thing they got going on is the at 11:10 with the last rebuy at 5:55 is their no limit hold'em MSPT 1C day 1C. It's $1,600 buy-in, unlimited rebuys with the big $1.5 million guarantee. So that's the only thing going on at Venetian that I see on the list today. So
Awesome. Thank you so much for the updates on those tournaments around town. I'm going to continue on with Planet Hollywood. They have a 10 a.m., a 2 p.m., a 6 p.m., and a 10 p.m. $100 buy-in tournament, 20K starting stack, 15-minute blinds with a 1K guarantee. And that rate for that tournament or those tournaments is a $72 entry fee and a $28 deduction for anybody wondering. Over at Caesars, the 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. tournament are identical at $120 buy-in, $50 add-on, 15K starting stack, 20-minute blinds, $1,000 guarantee. Their 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. are identical tournaments with $160 buy-in, $50, sneezing time. Sorry about that. Again, 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. at Caesar's Palace is $160 buy-in, $50 add-on, 20K starting stack, 20-minute blinds, $2,000 guarantee. Over at Resorts World is a 12:05 and a 7:05 p.m. $200 no limit tournament, 25K starting stack, 20-minute blinds, 3K guarantee. At Mandalay Bay, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. is $60 no limit tournament, 10K starting stack, 15-minute blinds with no guarantees for those tournaments. So let me flip the page to the other places around town. At the MGM is a 10 o'clock tournament. It is day 1C of the PLO Mystery Bounty Tournament, $600 buy-in, $200,000 guarantee. At $1,400 is the Big O PLO/8 $300 buy-in, 15K guarantee. At 1,600 hours is their Flight 1D for that PLO Mystery Bounty, again, $600 buy-in. 2,100 hours at the MGM is a no limit tournament, $150 buy-in, 3K guarantee. That's what's going on at MGM. Over at the Aria is an 11 o'clock tournament. It's an $800 buy-in for their no limit tournament with a $200,000 guarantee. Be reminded, if you make it to the final table, you are going to get some Aria swag in the way of a hoodie. Everybody wants one of those hoodies. They're hard to get, folks. By the way, Sean brought some to our meetup game last December at the Bellagio Poker Room and gave one away. So that was kind of cool. Over at the Orleans at 11 o'clock is the No Limit Tournament, a $300 buy-in, 30K guarantee. At 1,600 hours is their Rose, ROSE, Rose Tournament, $240 buy-in, 10K guarantee. At 1,800 hours is their No Limit Tournament, $200 buy-in, 30K guarantee. 2,200 hours is their Survivor. It's a $125 buy-in, $1,500 guarantee. Over at the Golden Nugget at 11 o'clock is Flight 1C of their No Limit Tournament. It's a $350 buy-in. At 12 o'clock is their stud tournament. On their original schedule, it was listed as a Big O tournament, but it has been changed to a stud tournament, $400 buy-in. 1,500 hours is a no limit Flight 1D for a $350 buy-in. And then at 1,900 hours is Flight 1E to that no limit tournament with a $350 buy-in. I'm going to move on to the WSOP so we can check that off of our list to do today. Event number 19, which was the Colossus Flight 1B, had 3,309 players, 497 move on, including our very own software, who has just under 1 million in chips, in case you're just tuning in. Event number 13, which was the $1,500 six-handed no limit tournament, had 2,354 entries. Let me talk about this for a minute. What I didn't realize in the app yesterday when I picked up the winners for this tournament to announce yesterday, they had actually stopped with second place, which I did not realize. So when I announced it yesterday, I actually called out the second place winner as the winner. And then I had seen a post somewhere of who the winner was, and I was like, wait, that wasn't the winner on the list. So I went back and looked, and sure enough, they had not put the first place person there. And of course, I didn't look at the far left where it said second place because I just assume results. First place is in the first slot. But anyway, so I did want to make that correction that Christopher Stats was actually the winner and took home 414,000, and David Jackson was in second place and took home 276,000. Moving on to event number 14, which was the 25K mixed PLO, no limit high roller. There are 5 going into today. App Garza started yesterday and I'm sorry. That was a final day yesterday. The chip leader going into yesterday was App Garza. No, I take that back. I'm sorry, my notes. Let me reread this. Okay. Garza started yesterday in second place and he finished in first place for $1.3 million. Ben Lamb started the day as chip leader and finished second place for $868,000, which for those of us on Team Spaces, Ben Lamb just got us a bunch of points, although it would have been better if he was in first place, but guess what? We'll take that second place finish. Congrats to both of them. Event number 15 was a $1,500 mixed PLO high-low 8. Omaha high-low 8 Big O had 1,239 entries. Benny Glazer went into yesterday as the chip leader and finished as the champion for $258,000. Travis Pearson started the day in second place and finished in second place for $172,000. Daniel Shamil started the day in third place and finished the day in third place with $121,000. So congrats to those winners. Event number 17 was a 2K no limit tournament. Had 1,692 entries. They paid 254 places. The leader going into today, there are 2 players left with 436,000 waiting at the top. The chip leader is Scott Bullman with 23 million in chips, and another female has made a final table. Dusty Smith has 20.5 million in chips going into today. And guess what? Is this a sign? We have some females making it deep already. Maybe we will have our first female main event winner this year. I'm predicting it's going to be close. But it's good to see another female at a final table for sure. Go ahead, ASG.
Yeah, I just want to throw in a side bit of information. Garza, the guy who beat Lamb for
Yeah.
that mixed bracelet, he's the same person who a year or two ago won the PLO and then proposed to his girlfriend. And they are now married and have at
Oh.
least one kid. So,
Well, thank you for adding that bit of information because when he did propose, we were all in awe of him. Okay, sorry, y'all. I had to quickly blow my nose. The problems of hosting a space, the trials and tribulations of hosting a space, which is really kind of funny. All right, let's move on to event number 18. Was the 10K Dealer's Choice six-handed. There were 123 entries, and Ryan Honig went into yesterday in first place, and he came out in first place again yesterday. He has $4.9 million, or not $1 million, 4.9 million in his chip stack. There is 3 players left going into today. Dylan Smith is in second place with 2.2 million. Philip Sternheimer or Hemmer has 1.9 million in chips. So good luck to them. Pardon me. Event number 22 was the 25K no limit six-handed high roller. Wait a minute. Okay, yep. And going into today, we have, I'm going to just spell out the name. It's their screen name, no, Lord of mercy, slow down. SCHILDY 1984 is our chip leader going into today. There are 72 left. He has or she has 1.8 million in their chip stack. Aram Organa has 1.8 million and Nick Schulman has 1.5 million in his chip stack. So good luck to them going into day 2 today. Also, event number 21 is the $1,500 pot limit. Oh, no, I read that already. Forgive me. I'm sorry, you guys. Obviously, my notes are a little out of order today. Day 2 of event number 20 was yesterday, and that was the $1,500 no limit shootout round 2. Going into today, there are 15 left, and Jason Wheeler has 2.2 million in chips. He's from the United States, and Tian Liu has 2.2 million. Well, I guess they all have 2.2 million. Forgive me. And there's 1.7 million waiting at, in that prize pool, with 267K going to first place. Again, 15 are left. So good luck to those folks. Day one of event number 23 was yesterday. That Kessler favorite, the $1,500 Badoogie. They had 534 runners, and there is a $736,000 prize pool. Going into today is Ryan Fishman with 441K, Brian Tate with 353K. Both are from the United States, and they are paying 81 spots in that Badoogie tournament. All right, on to today's schedule. 10 a.m. is event number 19, Flight 1C of that Colossus with a $500 buy-in. At 12 p.m. is the event number 22, day 2 of the 25K six-handed high roller. At 12 p.m. is day 1 of event 24, the $1,500 pot limit Omaha double board bomb pot. At 1 p.m. is the final day of event 21, the $1,500 pot limit Omaha high-low 8 or better. At 2 p.m. is the final round of event 20, that $1,500 no limit shootout will be at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. is also day 2 of event 23, the $1,500 Badoogie. And at 2 p.m. is day 1 of event number 25, the 10K 7-card stud event. Let's talk about some of the deep stacks and landmark tournaments. At 12 p.m. is a $70 Colossus warm up. At 1 p.m. is a $250 no limit daily deep stack. At 3 p.m. is a $240 landmark for 2,000 in chips. At 4 p.m. is a $400 no limit daily deep stack turbo. At 6 p.m. is a $2,700 landmark to the 25K no limit high roller. At 7 p.m. is a $580 no limit landmark for 5K in chips. At 8 p.m. is a $200 no limit deep stack turbo. And at 10 p.m. is that $135 landmark for 1,000 in chips. So that's what's going on around and at the WSOP today. And I'm sorry, my throat is just acting crazy right now. Anybody have anything they'd like to bring up at this time? We could take a pause and talk about something else besides schedules. If not, I'm going to go on to the women in the Women's Poker Hall of Fame. And we are on class of 2010. In 2010, Kathy Liebert was inducted. She started out as a prop player in Colorado. In 2004, Kathy was one of 3 women to win a bracelet that year for winning the $1,500 limit shootout event. Kathy has a degree in business and finance and built her bankroll through the stock market. Kathy Liebert, class of 2010. Billy Brown was also inducted that year. Billy is accredited with creating the first major poker tournament guarantee. She worked for many operators, including the Commerce and Ocean's 11, to name a few. Billy worked for the Ford Modeling Agency and in the fashion business. She also dated Peter Lawford and a Rat Pack member. That is Billy Brown, inductee in 2010. Next on the list is Jennifer Harmon. Jen has 2 bracelets, one for her first place finish in the 2000 Deuce to 7 low ball event. She never played the game before that day, and she got a quick 5-minute parking lot lesson from Howard Lederer and then went in to win it. Her second bracelet was for winning the 5K limit event in 2002. A side note, until 2012, Jen was the only female to have won two bracelets that year, and I'm sorry, to have won two bracelets. That year, she was joined by another great, Vanessa Selps. So that is Jen Harmon. Those three ladies were inducted into the Women's Poker Hall of Fame in 2010. So um, I just thought it would be fun if we kind of visited those ladies' names every day and get to know them a little bit better. So, some great pioneers in poker that I know that Rick is very familiar with.
Yeah, being an old fart, I should be, right?
I did not say that.
That's all
I did
right.
not
That's all
say
right.
that nor imply it.
Well,
I just meant you
I'm gonna
were
give you a
around.
prop on this deal. Scotty used to have a house out by the South Point that when Linda and I came to Vegas, we'd stay at his house. It was like 5 bedrooms, and it was like being in a hotel because he would cook for us and stuff. Oh, it was just amazing. But anyway, I can remember them building the South Point. Going,
Oh,
what's
wow.
going on over there? Like, what is this going to be? You know. So I remember them building the South Point. It turned out to be a very beautiful place. So it's
I
cool.
love South Point.
Yeah.
Everybody knows I sing it the praises all the time, and I say this all the time too. If they would bring their shuttle back to the Strip, I would never stay anywhere but there.
Yeah. Really.
The problem for me is I don't rent a car. I do occasionally when my kids are in town because we do shit together. But if they would bring that shuttle back, I promise you, I love staying there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, ASG.
Okay. One, I just had to have another thing and whatever. So maybe I missed. Is there an actual place called Ocean's 11?
There used to be. I don't know if
There
it's still
was.
in
Yeah. There used to
existence.
be. Yeah. There was one back in the day.
Well, you would actually name your casino after a casino heist. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, anything to capitalize on that type of that marketing.
Is this part of the who came first, the chicken or the egg, or what?
Yeah.
Well, I would think the Sinatra movie would come first, even if the Clooney remake didn't happen yet. But who
Oh yeah,
knows?
because that was in the '60s. That movie.
I love it. Well,
And
and
then,
maybe they were some of the actors in that movie were investors. I mean, maybe we need to do a history check on that one.
yeah, I guess we could. But and then also your South Point thing reminded me. I forget if it was South Point because I, uh, don't remember. But when Isaac goes over the tournaments, when we were talking about Rake, one of the other things to watch out for is if the tournaments have add-ons, there is a decent chunk of time where the add-ons just go straight to the dealer. So it's basically rake rather dealers. So it's
Right.
basically rake rather than going to any of the prize pool. So if it has that kind of add-on, you should be factoring that into like basically the rake.
And sometimes they do not take it into the rake at all. So, but it is good to check on it to see if they're taking it into the rake or not.
Yeah,
Go
it seems
ahead.
like it's either 100% or 0%. Like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's kind of no in between, is there? But you're right. They do, tap into that too, and sometimes they don't. Hey, exec deck, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great, Sherry. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Thank you for the space as usual. I just wanted to chime in. There is an Ocean's 11. It is in my town, Oceanside, California, which is North County, San Diego. It is my local card house.
I
Ocean,
love that so much. I love that so much. Do we know who like the initial investors were? Because now I'm just thinking, well, we need to look into this. Maybe some of those guys from the movies were investors.
they were, and there is a huge mural inside that maybe I can post in the chat here. That is a picture of all of them with over a poker table in the very beginning of the place. So yes.
I love it. Oh, I love history so much. How
Yeah,
fun is
it's a
that?
great little place. They just did some renovations a couple of years ago. It's really nice. A little bit of blackjack. There's a bar, some really good food, and lots of poker tables, tournaments every day. I definitely recommend it.
I love it. Thank you for that update.
Sure.
It's always fun to, learn new stuff for sure. And Ocean's 11 is a real place, you guys.
Yep. So have a great day.
Thanks, you too, buddy. Appreciate you. Love it. How fun, you guys. How absolutely fun. We learn something new every damn day on this show. I don't care who you are. If you can't learn something when all of us are talking and chit chatting, you're not listening carefully enough, I don't think, because every day I learn something on this show. And I love that. And I hope it never stops, honestly. Appreciate all of you more than you will ever know. I'm going to do some winners around town. I haven't done it very thoroughly the last couple of days. So we're going to go on with the Aria. Lawrence Chow was a winner after a deal was made of event number 6, the $800 no limit. And he took home $54,000. There were 583 entries for a prize pool over 400,000. Angel Modica, I believe is how you say the last name. Event number 4 took it down, and that was an $800 no limit tournament, and he or she took home 36,000. Inman Al Sudan took down event number 7 at the Aria Poker Classic, which was an $800 no limit tournament for 52,000. Over at the Venetian, Brandon Shields took down event number 26, $600 deep stack for over 28,000. Zhang Bai took down event number 28, which was a $600 deep stack for 10,000 plus bounties. Phil Adler took second place in event number 26 for 20K. Stuart Young took down event number 32, the $600 no limit bounty for 9,500 plus the bounties. So congrats to those winners over at the Venetian. Over at the Wynn, Matthew Dodd took down the $1,100 no limit tournament for 42,000. Juan Chavez took down the $1,100 turbo for 37K over at the Wynn. Over at Resorts World, Tad Weisgarver took down the $200 3K guaranteed daily for over 1,800, and Marcelo Fernandez took down the $200 buy-in 3K guarantee for over 1,900. Another daily tournament over at Resorts World. So celebrating those winners around town. Anybody have anything they'd like to discuss or bring up? Now's the time. If you want to come up on the panel and add something, ask questions, now's the time. If not, we're going to end it early because I have babysitting to do. So, Brandon, I'm going to start with you. Anything want to bring up, buddy?
I got a question maybe you guys might know the answer to. I like a 2 to 7 triple draw. I wonder if there's a cash game spread in Vegas somewhere. I kind of looked and I didn't really see anything. I'm guessing it would be part of a mixed game.
Oh, you know what? You may be in town. You need to look on Robbie's Twitter page, Card Player, because he's doing a mixed game. Pardon me, I got the hiccups. Mixed game festival. Let me see if I can pull it up without booting us out of the space. Why do I keep getting the hiccups? Says beyond me. Okay, let's see if he's got his. So June 8th through the 12th, and then June 15th through the 19th, he's having mixed games over at the Bellagio.
Okay, cool. I'll look into it.
So you may be able to find what you're searching for there. The other place I would look is Orleans. It seems like Orleans spreads a lot of different mixed games. That's the only.
Orleans for cash mostly spreads Omaha high-low.
Okay.
It's slightly higher, but not completely unreasonable. Stakes look for. I think Coach's game for the past 2 years has been at Resorts. That's I want to say 4-8 or it could be 8-16 mixed game, but that's like a 17 game mix. So if you just want deuce to 7, you might be waiting a while to get your deuce to 7. Yeah.
I think I would check Wingate as well.
Yeah, what ASG said is what I'm afraid of. Like I'm not good at all
Yeah.
the like even if it's an 8 game mix, I'm not good at Raz and Padugi and all those. So
Well,
I would like to see if there's a just straight 2 to 7 triple draw, but I seriously doubt it.
yeah. So when Robbie has his mixed game series at the Bellagio, that's all the games where people just pick what games they want to add to the mix, and that's I think it was a 2-4. Might be 4-8, but definitely not high stakes. So, you can, it's definitely a great way to learn all those different, what they call carnival games.
Yeah, 4-8. I mean, I
They,
can learn. It's not bad. I know how to play. I mean, I know the rules. I'm just not good at it.
yeah, I'm going to tell you, if Robbie's Mixed Game Festival is ever going on when I'm in town, I'm definitely going to play it. And before every hand, I'll be like, okay, what are the rules for this hand? And I'm just going to do baptism by fire. I don't care. Like, it'll be a great lesson for a couple $100 from some of the greatest players of mixed games ever.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's normally a random assortment, but occasionally, a poker celebrity will show up, playing with the likes of, I'm trying to think who's been there before, but like, I know Norman Chad showed up for a bit, McCormick, Ilya Lazara,
Linda Johnson, Lupe Soto, Jan Fisher. I mean, they get a lot of, Jeannie David, Kathy Chang, Robert Turner. They get some of the greats that show up for that game.
yeah.
Not every time, but, the thing is, those are like the cornerstones of those games, those names I mentioned. And so if I could sit down with them at a table to learn the games, yeah, I'm doing it. But I just rather do that. I like the baptism by fire. I do well under that pressure. So, yeah, I would sit down and try to play those games, and they could tell me the rules right before we played. And guess what? I'm in.
And they also give away a lot of random stuff. They weren't both giveaways, but I got two decks of faded spade cards, some shirts, other miscellaneous. So
Yeah,
pretty
he
fun.
gives a lot of stuff away for sure. Robbie does a great job with that festival. So if you can get there, folks, definitely recommend it. I'm hoping he's going to stop in. I asked him to stop in next week to kind of give us an update. He wasn't too sure he could because he's already jam packed his schedule, but maybe he'll stop in and chat with us. But anyway, that's what's going on at the Bellagio Mixed Game Festival. So do it, Brandon, if you can get over there.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, 2-4-4-8. That's pretty low stakes to sit down. Like you said, for a couple $100, you can learn those games from the best, right?
Right. Just have fun. That's to me is like a $200, $300. I'm going to have fun playing poker while I'm learning something. Whatever happens with my stack happens, but to me, it's just about the experience and trying to learn new games. So I'm willing to take that couple hundred, dollar hit because I know I can get it back elsewhere. So, um, yeah, that's where I'm at with that.
That's exactly how I learned how to play Hold'em in 1994. But I can remember playing Jacks Are Better at the Mint. It was a 10-cent ante.
Oh my God, 10 cents.
It was great.
Oh
It
my
was a
God.
great game.
I love it. But what a great way to learn
Yeah, absolutely.
inexpensively,
Yeah,
right?
I lost my $200 playing Hold'em at the Fort McDowell Casino in Phoenix when we moved there in December of '93, and going, "What's this new game?" This whole because I've been used to playing Seven Stud and all that stuff coming from Chicago, and it's like, "What's this new game?" I'd stay with King Five offsuit stuff like that.
Right.
And so I walked out $200 lighter, but it was fun and it was an interesting lesson. So that was, and then I got into poker after that. So
I love that. Please be reminded, everybody, that my show for later today has been canceled, my weekly Friday evening show, because Kenny Lambert canceled last night with me. And we're going to reschedule it hopefully next Friday. but I told him he's on vacation to just wait until he gets home and then verify with me that he could do it next Friday. I don't want to put any pressure on anybody. So we'll get him rescheduled at some point for sure. Also, if you have PPE's phone number or have them locked in your basement, Karen Chest, uh, please let him listen to that recording I made from yesterday's space, where Sean McCormick offers him unlimited pizza at the meetup game if he shows up. Nothing would make us happier than have to make Sean McCormick buy pizzas for like 20, 20 pizzas for PPE's appetite. So we definitely want to put Sean McCormick on the pizza buying kick. Go ahead, ASG.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure you got to me before you ended the space. So,
Thank you.
just for a couple of things, at 1 o'clock Pacific today, Brad Braulio has Club WPT Gold multimedia producer Matt Kiefer on his Twitch, so you can catch that live, or he'll have a VOD or a YouTube of it later. Speaking of Club WPT Gold, somebody posted a I don't know if this was gold itself, but they posted a screenshot of one of their pages of their Club WPT Gold menu at the Old Red. You can get a Bad Beat Burger, which is a cheeseburger for these are all $12.50 after discount. So originally 25, 50% discount takes it to $12.50. You can
Nice.
get a Bad Beat Burger, which is a cheeseburger, a Bluff Burger, which is the vegan burger, Suck Out
That's cute.
Suck Out Salad, which is the Caesar salad, a Club Gold sandwich, which is a club sandwich,
I love it.
Golden Nuggets, which are chicken tenders, or a fruit platter on the river, and those are all $12.50. They also have a nacho chip stack challenge, which is $60. It is a giant order of nachos, which they say finish the plate in 15 minutes and you will win a free or win a Gold Rush ticket.
Nice. That's a great challenge. I love that. How fun. Thank you for that update. Um, wow, how fun. All right. I do want to talk about our Splash the Globe item for our meetup game. Yvonne Montenegro, owner and founder of the Malta Poker Festival, and the poker tour manager for the Sigma Poker Tour at Sigma World, messaged me with a great offer for me to give away at the meetup game. And just so you know, then yesterday she emailed or messaged me and said, if you don't want to give it away at the meetup game, you could just use it yourself. And I said, well, darn it, I'm already giving it away. But if it's meant to be, I will win it at the meetup game, right? But anyway, I will give, this is her offer. She's going to give us a package to come. One lucky winner at the meetup game will get a package to come to Malta, which is worth $2,700. And it is 5 nights at the 5-star Hilton Hotel in Malta. The dates, which are not flexible, are Wednesday, October 29th through Monday, November the 3rd. And you will also get an open bar bracelet and 550 to the grand. It's an entry to the grand event, which has an estimated prize pool of 1 million euros. So that is such a great offer by Yvonne and the Malta Poker Festival to give away at the meetup game. I'm so excited about it. I just want everybody to know I make no guarantees as far as this package is concerned. Once a winner is drawn, I will get the information to and from the winner and Yvonne, and then the rest is up to them to make it happen. I make no guarantees, right? Because it's not my deal. I'm just trying to give away something So it just becomes between the winner and Yvonne and between the winner and Yvonne in the Malta Poker Festival. So just wanted to get that out there because things go awry, and I don't want to get upset with me if something did go awry. But I will tell you, Yvonne's been doing it for a long time, and if something went awry, it would be because she's 6 foot under, in my opinion. So anyway, um, that's what's going on with the Malta poker package for the meetup game. And I think I was brainstorming with a friend about this. I think it's going to be just the first 36 players to show up and play are going to get a ticket into the drawing. What do you guys think about that? I want honest opinions. Anybody? Hello?
Sorry, with opinions on the first people to show up get something.
Yeah, get a ticket for the drawing. First 36 players.
I think that. I mean, is this for a tournament? The first 36 entries?
No, first 36 people that come and play at the meetup game get a ticket into the drawing for the Malta package.
Yeah, it's always. I mean, they used to have, or not used to. I guess some casinos still do have. Oh, what are they called? Those people who they pay them to show up to start the game.
Yeah,
You
the
mean
prop
chills?
players. The
Props,
yeah, the
exactly.
prop players.
The prop players are
Yeah,
called
so
chills
this
in
is
these days. Yeah.
so this is almost like your own version of prop. It's you show up to get the game kicked off, you get a little extra bonus, and maybe you win a trip.
Okay, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, Shay, the baseball teams do the same thing. It's when they do their giveaways at the ballpark. The first 10,000 people they show up, they'll get it. So there's a precedence for that. So I think it's fine. I think it's great to get those tables going like that. It's a great idea.
All right. Anybody else? Brandon, you got a comment on it?
That sounds fair.
All right. How about you, Exec Deck? You've come to a meetup game. What do you think?
I'm super excited for the meetup game. I'm sitting here working and pounding on the computer, so I missed the question, honestly.
Oh, no, no problem. Okay, I'm going to pose the question to you as long as you have a minute. I know you're trying to work.
Sure.
The question is to give away the poker package to Malta. I'm thinking about only giving tickets to the first 36 players to start the game.
That's a great incentive. I like that idea. I think rewarding people that are on time and getting there and respecting all the work you put into it is a great idea.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate you. And by the way, I don't mean to call you out on air, but weren't you thinking about donating something to the Splash the Pots?
You know what? You're reading my mind. I haven't said anything, but I haven't come up with anything yet. But I would love to.
Right.
I'm still thinking of something good to bring. So
all right, I love it. Let me know. I appreciate you.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, you are most welcome. I get a kick out of all of it. So I love it. As you witnessed yourself.
Yes.
Love it,
yes.
love it, love it.
Excited to see you. Hope you enjoy it and don't work too hard.
Well, once the day comes, I definitely breathe a sigh of relief when it's over. There's just a lot of little details. Like it's not hard. It's just a lot of little details, right? And
Totally.
a lot of DMs because then we have RSVPs and maybes. So I'm getting DMs about that and Splash the Pots and can I do that or can we could do this or and I love it all. So it's just time consuming. It's not hard, but when the day comes, it's so much fun. Like it's like all that goes away. I never even think about it, right? Now I'm thinking about it now because I'm knee deep in it. But when that day comes, we just have so much fun. Like none of that matters. Like it's just so worth it.
It really is. I'm so excited to be part of it again. So thank you. Yep. Excited to see you and have some fun.
Well,
maybe win this time.
I know that's right. Well, it's so funny you said that because I think you had gotten up and the gal had actually taken your seat next to me. And unfortunately, I stacked her in a really big hand. And so um, Anyway, I sent her a flyer. Like I sent out flyers a couple of days ago in DMs and Facebook for people. And she said, "Oh, you're just trying to set me up so you can stack me again or something." And it was just so funny. And I said, "Oh, I didn't think about it that way." Yes.
That's great.
But we all get stacked from time to time, don't we? We all know.
I must have had some feeling that it was coming, so I got out of there.
You got lucky. And honestly, I don't even remember the hand. It was a sneaky hand that just came out. I can't remember if I flopped it or turned it or whatever the hell it was, but it definitely was a like you couldn't have seen it coming kind of hand. And
Hmm.
and and she was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "I'm so sorry."
I think I
It's supposed to be.
remember you showed me the hand as you were in the middle of it, and I was like, "Oh, that's brutal."
Yeah, yeah. Bless her little heart, but here we are. Anyway, she took it like a trooper, of course. A true poker player always does.
We
Hey,
all got to
Isaac.
deal with it.
Yes, sir. Hey, Isaac. How are you?
Alive. Good morning, everybody.
We- are you okay for real though?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh man, let me tell you, gotta stop burning the candle at both ends. Definitely got to try not to do that too much.
And it's hard because you're doing so much during the day with everything all your projects. It's kind of hard not to. And then you got a family, and trying to get ready to go to Vegas and have time to play. And yeah, anyway, we all get it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And then it's like, oh yeah, I could sleep later. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. And then I'm done. I'm done.
Well, I'm glad somebody got to sleep in this morning. I had my grandbaby over here by 7 o'clock this morning. We have breakfast together every morning. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to have to end this by 10:30 because I'm babysitting. So her and her mom, and her mom's twin brother can go for a golf lesson, which makes me extremely happy. I get to watch the baby and they get to hang out. So life is good, as they say. Isaac, do you, without like trying to get you before your first cup of coffee, but do you have any history you want to talk to us about this morning?
Yeah, let me pull that up.
Okay, no worries. And if not, we can wait till tomorrow. It's not a problem. Trust me. We will roll with everything. Just a reminder to everyone, especially John Robertson, who's not in here, but yesterday I said the Pacers would win that game 1, and I also said the Pacers would win game 3 that he's taking his daughter to, but they will not win the series. Sorry, John. Sorry, sorry. So I'm just going back on record again with that information, um, because it's a recorded space. Whenever you're ready, Isaac. You go right ahead. Be reminded the chess festivals in Vegas are currently going on right now at the Flamingo. Get over there and see Kieran's husband Ben for all that advice and knowledge he can pawn off on you. I know he's hosting some talk sessions, which I'm sure will be very informative for you chess lovers. Get on over there, people. Poor Isaac is fast and furiously looking for his notes. I
Oh,
can
I
just
got it.
imagine.
Okay.
You go right ahead, buddy, whenever you're ready.
Okay, so today we're gonna start with the Riviera. Okay. The Riviera opened in 1955 and made history right away. It was the first high rise resort on the strip. No more motel style casinos. This was 9 stories of sharp suits, smoky lounges, and cold drinks. Liberace was the opening headliner, pulling in massive crowds. But what really gave the Riviera its rep was its edge. It was cool, yes, but it was mobbed up to the teeth. Chicago outfit, Kansas City mob, the works. Skimming was the routine, the FBI surveillance was constant. Still, the Riviera had staying power. It hosted the Crazy Girls Review for decades, a topless show that became one of the most iconic in town. Dean Martin even had a stake in the place during the Rat Pack days, but as Vegas glowed up around it, the ribs started gritty and kind of stayed a little grittier. And finally, it closed in 2015 and was demolished over 2 years. But many locals and poker players, the Riviera was the last truly old school joint on the strip. And let me
Love
see.
that.
Um, you know, I remember because I watched Ghost Adventures religiously for many years. They had what's his name, man? Oh my goodness. Vince Neil. They had Vince Neil, a couple of him and his girlfriends and some other people, um, all come in, right, for one big investigation. And I remember they thought they had even gotten like some Sinatra EVPs and a bunch of other stuff. They really pushed the limit on the Riviera. I think they did 2 investigations there, right? But I went to the Riviera in 2007 for the
Wow.
for the Vegas Kush Cup. That was good times.
What the hell is a Kush cup?
Well, Kush is
Well,
a
wait a minute.
I
I
thought it
don't
was
know
a
if I
tush
should
cup.
ask.
hey, there you go. Well, here's the funny part about that though. That the Vegas Kush Cup, although the trade show part of it was at the Riviera, and they would basically book out a whole floor, right? And every room would be like different marijuana vendors. Um, they would hold the actual
I remember
Kush
those.
Cup inside of a strip club.
Yep.
So in a ways, it was the Tush Cup.
Yes, it was. I remember staying
Oh
there in
my
the
God.
80s, guys. I stayed there in the 80s. It was a great place to stay in the 80s. There was a guy named, I think it was Joe Marino he did, what's her, the comedian, what's her name?
Oh,
Uh,
um,
it's tough getting old, let me tell you.
yes.
She passed away not too long ago, but he was outstanding. He did a great show there for years.
Wait a minute. We're not going to just pass by what Rick alluded to. You went to the Tush convention?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, me? I would never go to a Tush convention. Where's
Oh,
ZZ
love it.
Top when you need him, you know?
All right.
No, Riviera was a great place to stay in those days, really. Joan Rivers. He did Joan Rivers.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was
Yeah.
outstanding. And like I said, we saw that great comedy show with Carrot Top and JJ Walker there. They had a great comedy club there. It was really a neat place to stay in the 80s. I remember that. Even the 90s. But it was a nice place. Really nice place.
Even in the 2000s when I went there, it didn't look like bad. The outside was still cool. Like the neon out front,
Yeah,
I think was some of the coolest neon there was on
yeah,
the strip at
it
the
was.
moment.
Well, that down that part of the strip, that was the place. That was really a
For
great
sure.
place. So,
For sure. Did you have anything else, Isaac?
I have another one, but you know what? We'll save. I got two for tomorrow. So,
Okay, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Thank you
and
for
by
that.
the way, if y'all have a casino y'all want me to talk about or look into, by all means.
El
Well, as an
Cortez, El Cortez.
El Cortez, Four Queens.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, my downtown part of the series is coming. We have
Good.
Okay.
All
we
right.
have
All right.
many days. We have
That'll be
many
great
days.
to hear.
How about South Point?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was actually there for the opening of South Point.
There you go.
See
I
there?
will not forget that. That was '08. Yeah, that was '08. And that just kind of shows you how good South Point is. Because when I stayed there again a long time after, the rooms were still as good as they were when I had first stopped there.
Right. No, I'm going to tell you, I love staying there. I
Yeah,
really do. I love staying there. I
yeah.
never have any complaints about staying there.
Especially when the cowgirls are in town. Let's go.
Oh, you meant the Cowboys.
No, no,
Yes,
no, no,
dear.
no. The
It's
cowgirls.
amazing.
Cowgirls.
Also, since you offer, if you can bring us a little history on Ocean's 11 in California.
You got it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, you guys, I have a 10-minute warning because I have to go babysit. So, anybody got any last comments, topics to bring up, anything? Um, now's the time,
What final
people.
table was I watching? I was watching the final table with Ben Lamb.
Yes.
Did he
What
win?
happened? I didn't see it.
Okay, see, I collapsed a couple of times over the last 6 hours. So, but I was watching that final table. It was really good. The dude who went up against him though, who was from San Antonio,
Garza, right?
yo, he even the stacks up on him fast when they went heads up.
Hard to believe because Benji had a huge chip lead.
He did. He had like 28 million to 8
Yeah.
million or something like that.
Yep.
I thought
Yep.
you were in for that.
Yeah, hell of a match though. I don't know
Yeah.
how it turned out, like I said, but I will find out because it looked like a hell of a match. And I know, isn't Ben Lamb on our picks, Sherry?
Hell
Go
yes.
us.
Go us. And you know what? This weekend we'll do an update. I've been trying not to really do an update too much on the fantasy league just because there's so many tournaments left and the numbers are going to go up and down for the next 4 weeks. But I do want to do an update from, every few days or so where, like you just, we've been calling out players that we recognize as being on our team as we go. I love that. Absolutely love that.
Oh yeah, and that event that they're playing, I gotta tell you, that one definitely is on the list.
Oh, good.
I don't know about, well, this year obviously not, but maybe, I don't know, maybe next year or the next. But a PLO, no limit hold'em, like what, it changes every hand, every orbit. I don't know the structure. I wasn't
Every orbit, I think.
every orbit,
Yeah, it
huh?
beat every orbit. Absolutely. Yeah.
Fascinating.
I played in one in the World Series last year. It was no limit hold'em in the PLO mix with Barney Boatman, the crazy Englishman. It was
Oh, I love it.
so much fun.
Love it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
last year I got to play with the, what was his name? Raymer, the one who wears the
Greg
snake
Raymer.
eye.
Snake
Yeah,
Eyes.
Snake Eyes.
yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
yeah. Interesting guy.
Yeah, he is.
He is. He is a very smart guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
is.
had a chance to interview him a couple of years ago. Matter of fact, I probably need to get him in my space, but um, yeah, fun interview. He gets a little nuts about politics, so you know,
Yeah,
he's very
yeah,
extreme. But if you could just stay away from that topic, he is a great guy to chat with.
yeah. When he was at the table, he was mentioning something, and I don't know if he's doing this or not, but he said that what they were kind of looking at poker coaching from another perspective, and we're gonna start doing it more like seminar style because they don't think you need months of training,
Right, right.
something like that. I wonder.
And that's how it used to be. It used to be seminars. You show up and you go to the seminar. And then the internet came on and they thought, oh, I can make money if I make 100 episodes because every time I get a click or I put it behind a
Right.
paywall, I'm making money, right? And
Mm-hmm.
but those are a dime a dozen. The market is flooded, just like poker podcasts. The market is flooded.
That's what
I feel
So
like every market is flooded in
Yeah,
yeah,
2025.
that's how Linda and Jan did it for us when they at Cherokee. They came in and did women's poker seminars, and
right,
So did Kathy Liebert. She came in and did one as
right.
well, and they were so much fun because the girls had lunch together and they played and did all kinds of stuff. And when they played, Jan and Linda and Kathy would give them tips and stuff like that. Play at their tables, things like that. Those were fun days.
Well, and I'm going to tell you that Linda and Jan still do a seminar before the ladies' events that they're at. A lot of times, not every time, but a lot of times, they still will do a little seminar before the ladies'
And they're
event. And
terrific, let me tell you.
yeah, and let's not forget WPT boot camp. They used to have seminars when you would go to a WPT event. They would
Right.
have seminars.
Exactly.
I would love that. If I
Exactly.
go to the WPT in December and they had seminars, I'm in.
Yeah.
But they can't cost people out of it either. It can't be $2,000 for a seminar. That you know what I mean? Like it's
That's
got to be
such facts,
player friendly.
Sherry. That's such facts. It's not approachable for a lot of people.
Exactly. If you're trying to teach people and then you price the people out you want to come to so you can teach them. Like, what are we doing here? I'm not going to call out any names, but last year there were a group of guys that did a seminar and I think it was $1,500. And I was like, who's going to that?
We
Who's going to that?
we
The
did
target
them
audience,
Scotty
which is
in Florida in Immokalee at the Seminole Casino Hotel there, and it was like we charged like $200, and we had
Yeah.
But we had 300-400 people at these things.
Yeah,
You know?
if you're targeting the beginner
Yeah.
or intermediate player, they're not going to spend $1,500 or
No.
$2,000 to come to your seminar. They have to be affordable, $400, $300, whatever. But
Exactly.
a multi-day event, okay, $600. But if it's a 4-hour event, no, I'm not paying
Yeah.
200 or 2,000 or 1,500. Like, no,
You know, that's funny you
absolutely
say
not.
that because I think I know whose seminar you're talking about.
Ah, hush, don't bring
I'm
it
not
up.
gonna. I'm not gonna, but you know what I
Don't
will
bring it
say
up.
is I was tempted myself because of who was throwing
Exactly.
it.
I looked at it and I was like, no way am I going to pay that. Like, you
Yeah,
guys are
like
nuts.
once I was looking at it, I was like, damn, well, I mean, I've kind of wanted to get some from this person, but I'm like, but fuck y'all though. I'm not doing
It's too
that shit.
much.
Like, no, no.
It's too much.
Playing nickel dime poker, I don't think I need a seminar anymore.
Right.
Yeah,
Listen to
yeah,
this
that
guy.
part. And I feel like here's the thing that a lot of people kind of figure out is that if you just play a lot, period, you're gonna get paid.
Bingo.
Exactly.
That's the key, buddy. That's it.
Baptism by fire. Sit at a table and learn how to play the damn game.
Yeah.
That's right.
I can take $1,500 or $2,000 and go have a few sessions and learn a new game without, you know, and maybe make some money along the way. So anyway, I only have a few more minutes, and Dana came up here, so I want to give her a chance, and then we're gonna sign off. I'm not going back around the horn. I'm just gonna sign off because I do have to go babysit. So that's where we're at. So Dana, go ahead.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
So I had to jump in late today. I've been working on my entry video for Close to Broke's WSOP giveaway package. And I'm so happy with how I did it. And I've never
Atta girl.
edited like that. And it came together really well. Anyway, I wanted to share that tonight's a big game on Hustler Casino Live. Um, Ryan Garcia is back. He's a madman. He's always, pokertainment at its best. And then we've got Mickey, and then I've never heard of this guy, but his name is Bob Maneri,
Oh, I don't know
and
him.
he's a podcaster and an actor. So it'll be dope. And we've got Randall, who is the home game host, and he's a madman too. So
He is a madman. What a great lineup.
yeah,
Thank you
for
for
sure.
coming up and sharing. I asked Dana the other day to do just that, to come in and let us know what's going on at
I
HCL.
appreciate
So I'm glad.
it.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you came in and let us know what's going on. I've always been a supporter of that stream,
Yes, ma'am.
um, and have enjoyed many of conversations in that chat. So appreciate that update for sure. And did you have anything else you wanted to add before I cut you
Well,
off?
just a teaser. It'll probably be another week before I can tell you about my next big thing. So, all
Awesome.
right.
We will look forward to that. I like the teaser.
Whee!
So we'll have something to look forward to next week when Dana comes in and dumps her big news on us. How about that?
Thanks, ma'am. See y'all later.
You're welcome, honey. Glad you came by for sure. All right, I'm going to end it now. My alarm's going off on my phone telling me I have to. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll be back at it tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time, Vegas time, 9 a.m., 12 p.m. Eastern time. Don't forget, my show for this evening has been rescheduled with Kenny Lambert. So I'm taking the night off to continue to enjoy my family. And I appreciate all of you and see you in the morning.